What rhymes with orange? No, it doesn't. What do you mean? Does nothing rhyme with orange? No! That doesn't rhyme either. Well, I know that doesn't rhyme with orange, but I'm asking what rhymes with orange. No! It doesn't. I know it doesn't, but what does? No! What doesn't?
Dad, spell off.
O-F-F.
Spell ice.
I-C-E.
Now if you put them together, what does it spell?
Off ice.
Say it again.
Off ice.
Now spell it again.
O-F-F-I-C-E.
And what does it spell?
Office.
It's all by your side. You got it to do
Peace out, Luke. Bye, Mr. Henderson. Have a good weekend, Luke. You too, sir. YOLO! What? You know, YOLO. You only live once. That's what the kids are saying these days, right? Right. Luke, you're late again. Sorry, Mr. Henderson. If it happens again, I'll send you to the office. No cap. No, I believe you. I meant take off your hat. I'm so bored. You know what? Maybe Eric wants to hang out. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Oh. Hey man, yeah, it's been so long. I hope you're doing well. I'm just driving home from work right now. That's why I'm recording this through CarPlay. But yeah, let's hang out. Come on, man. Let me send him a voice message. It's okay, man. You don't need to fake a car crash just because you don't want to hang out with me. You could have just said you don't want to hang out. Now what's he gonna say? No, man. I really want to hang out with you. I just Oh, are you taking out the trash? No, I'm taking it out for a date. Excuse me, boys. Is this the line to get into the concert? No, we're all just standing in a line to kill some time. Oh, did you hear what happened with Marissa and Chad? Yeah, of course. I had dinner with them last night. With Marissa and Chad? No, with Jeff and Jimmy. Hi, sir. What can I get for you? Hi, I'll just take a medium popcorn and a soda, please. Okay, great. That'll be $20. No, I said just one popcorn and one drink. Yeah, and your total comes to $20. You've got to be kidding me. Nope, our prices have gone up. I know, but by that much? Oh, actually, sorry. I made a mistake. Whew. Okay, good. For a second, I thought you were actually going to charge me $20. Your total will actually be $30. What? I forgot to punch in the soda. Hey Dad, do you want $10?
Of course. It's $10.
Okay then, I'm gonna put my $20 bill on the table, and I want you to put yours on the table as well.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna give you 20, 25, 30 in exchange for your $20. So now I have 40, you have 30, and we both made money. For this job interview, let's just start off with some basic questions. What's 2 plus 2? 4. What's the square root of 100? 10. Good. Now, who killed Abraham Lincoln? I don't know. Okay, you know what? You can go home and think about it and come back tomorrow. Okay, thank you. Hey Mom. Hi Luke. How was your day? It was good. I had that job interview. That's right. did you get the job? Not only did I get the job, I'm already working on a murder case. Congratulations! Hey Dad, how's it going?
I hate to ruin your day, but your mother and I are getting a divorce.
Dad, what are you talking about?
We're sick of seeing each other, we're sick of talking to each other, and I'm sick of talking about this. So you call your sister and tell her this, okay?
Hey, Dad just told me to tell you that him and Mom are getting a divorce. What? That's not happening on my watch. Let me take care of this. You and Mom are not getting a divorce. Don't do a single thing until I get there. I'm gonna call my brother back and we'll both be there tomorrow, okay? But until then, don't do a single thing. You hear me?
Okay, they're coming for Thanksgiving, but what do we tell them for Christmas?
Wake up, filthy.
Look, I just flipped the switch. I don't know nobody else that's doing this. Body start to drop. Let me tell you.
Tell me why you think you should be released early. I think I have... Yes? It's because Go on. Can I please finish my sentence? Sure. Come back here! Scary experiments that could have ended the world. In 1970, the Soviet Union began digging a hole in Russia to try and drill into the Earth's crust to see what was underneath. But according to scientists, drilling this deep would dislodge so much rock so quickly that it would trigger systemic forces like never seen before. But after digging for 12 kilometers, they gave up due to high temperatures. In 1989, a Soviet defector informed the British embassy that the Soviet Union was preparing biological weapons, using deadly pathogenic microorganisms. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, the weapons were never used, and if they had been, you might not be watching this, because they would have wiped out most of the world's population. And finally, it was said that when the Soviets were creating biological weapons to harm humans, Americans wanted to use fungi to damage crops with the intention of removing the food supply of the entire country. The problem is, if they did so, the fungus would have spread to not only the country but to the entire world. This cop went undercover in a wheelchair to catch thieves. In Vancouver, Canada, the rate of street crimes were rising. Thieves would target people in wheelchairs because it's easier for them to escape. And unfortunately, sometimes they wouldn't just steal from them but also hurt them. So Sergeant Mark Hosley decided to run an undercover operation. The year before this operation, 28 people in wheelchairs were robbed, and 7 of them were physically attacked. The sergeant grew a beard and changed his overall appearance. He also sat in a wheelchair with expensive items to attract the thieves, then went downtown Vancouver to see if someone would rob him so he could arrest them. The operation lasted for 20 days, and in that time he had many people give him food and money. Even people who the police had suspected to be robbers before warned him to keep his expensive items away. In the end, even though they didn't catch anyone, they said it was a success, because the story went viral and now thieves are scared that they might rob an undercover cop. If you see an Apple AirTag that isn't yours, call the police immediately. If you don't know what it is, it's a small tracker made by Apple that's meant to be put on keys, wallets, backpacks, or whatever you don't want to lose. So if you do lose them, your phone will tell you where it is. But one man put an AirTag in a girl's jacket without her knowing. She said she took off her jacket at a restaurant and that's when it happened. It tracked her go from one restaurant to another, and even while she was walking home alone. Luckily, Apple has a safety feature that notifies you if an AirTag that isn't yours is tracking you. So she was able to find it and throw it away, but that isn't always the case. This lady was followed from the mall to her house. And again, she got a notification that told her that, but she couldn't find it. She figured it had to be somewhere on her car, so she brought it to a shop and mechanics looked it over. But they said that they couldn't find it, so be safe. This boy lived in a bubble for 18 years. Jimmy Livingston was born with no immunity, so he had to be kept isolated. His parents made him a plastic bubble that he couldn't get out of, and they could only touch him with gloves. When he was 16, he was attracted to his neighbor Chloe, who he could see through his window. When his overprotected mom found out about this, she warned him that if he touched her, he would die. As the years went on, Jimmy and Chloe became friends. Until one day, Chloe gave him news that left him really sad. She would be leaving soon to marry her fiancé at Niagara Falls. Since Jimmy was in love with her, he decided to make a suit, so he could go outside and interrupt the wedding. A few days later, he arrived just in time to interrupt the wedding. Then he confessed his love for Chloe and got out of the suit and kissed her. His mother arrived just in time to see him and told everybody the truth. Jimmy was perfectly fine. She was just holding him captive to keep him away from the rest of the world. In the end, Jimmy forgives his mother and ends up marrying Chloe. Here's how they caught Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was an American serial killer. He used his ability to talk in a polite manner to pass off as a quiet guy. Although the police had witnesses saying they seen a man with his characteristics in the same places where a woman had gone missing, they didn't find a killer. But then a sketch of Ted Bundy was released, and after this, the police received tons of calls saying they identified the killer. And finally, in 1975, the police arrested Ted for a traffic violation. He raised the police's suspicion when he wanted to leave, but they stopped him, and when they checked his car, they found questionable objects like crowbars, ski masks with holes for the eyes, handcuffs, and a lot more. He was then arrested a year later for an attempted kidnapping and sentenced to 15 years in prison. And months later, he was charged with the murder of Karen Campbell. In prison, he wasn't tied up, so he jumped out of the window of a library and escaped. He was captured a week later, but within months, he escaped again. He committed more murders both times he escaped, including a 12-year-old girl named Kimberly Leach. In 1979, he went on trial for the murders he committed at a sorority house. He was convicted and sentenced to death in the electric chair. After a bunch of appeals, he was electrocuted in 1989 and pronounced dead. But before his execution, he confessed to a bunch of murders, and it's believed that he may have committed over 50.